What's up guys, Allan Morrow here, hope you're all well. Today I'm just working on this track I'm working on, and I'm just wanting to clean up certain sections of it a little bit. Clean up the mix down, get it a little bit tighter, give some of the other elements some room to breathe and stuff. So I just thought I'd show you this little trick that I do a lot in tracks, where for certain sections like the intro and stuff. So if I just give you a little listen to what I'm working on at the moment. Okay, so it's not finished at the moment, but this area, what can happen is it can get quite busy. So I've already actually done it, but what I'm going to show you is certain elements. So as you start to come into this section, you'll find there's a lot of elements in there. You know, you want the drive and stuff, but what you'll notice here is certain elements can clash with each other. Now you'll notice on this section here, I've taken away this bass sound because I feel like this bass was when it was playing in the actual track itself, it was getting a little bit messy, and I don't feel like it was really needed at that point, because then the main focus was directed to this intro plug here. So the ear is now concentrating on that and not this background stab. So if I can clear up some space for this intro plug and by removing an element that isn't really needed, then I can do that there, and the listener won't even notice that that's not there. The mix will just sound cleaner. So I've removed that there. Now the next thing you can do, and I do a lot, is with elements that you still want in the track. For example, like, you know, there might be certain elements that keep in the drive in that section, so you don't want to necessarily get rid of them entirely, but what you want to do is sort of decide which element is more important. So with this section here, it's the intro pluck. But another element that was sort of clashing with it a little bit, but was still important because it adds a lot of drive to it, is this acid. So if I was to completely remove that, if I just play it with it, you know, it's an important part of that section there. It's really keeping the drive and stuff. So what was happening is it was getting in the way of this intro pluck. So if I just play them together, I'm just going to turn this off, and I'll explain to you what's actually happening in a second. So what I've got here is two elements that are sort of clashing a little bit. So what I've done here is I have side-chained. So what you got to do is decide which element is more important. So I've side-chained this acid to this intro pluck. So when this intro pluck plays at these sections, if I just turn this compressor on, side-chain it over here to the intro pluck, so the acid is ducking now to that intro pluck when that intro pluck plays. So you'll see here. So rather than side-chaining to a kick that most people normally do, you're side-chaining a sound to another sound. And that way then, it just, if you listen to the difference when I turn it on, it just slightly ducking when this pluck hits, which is just making that acid sit a little bit further back in the mix just when this is playing. So this is with it off. It just stops it getting away with itself really, and just sits behind there nicely. Now what you'll notice is this acid plays earlier on in the track. Now what you'll find is that it's not actually side-chaining at this point, because it doesn't need to, because that intro pluck isn't playing. But when the intro plug comes in at this section, just keep your eye on this. Now, you can't notice any difference with the acid changing or it ducking or anything like that, because this is then playing. Once that then stops playing, the compressor will stop triggering. So this is a really cool trick just to help clean up your mix a little bit, guys, for those elements that are clashing with each other. Now, when it comes to compressor settings, I don't want any makeup gain or anything like that. I want a fast attack and fast release, because I just want it coming in and out quickly when the trigger hits. And I'm just ducking it a little bit. Now, obviously, it depends on the sound that you're using and how much of a threshold you want. Just have a play around with it and see which works best for your two sounds playing together. But this is definitely a good trick to clean up those busy sections of the track. So I'll just play it all together once more, and I'll turn the compressor off so you can sort of hear the difference with that pluck. Just cleans everything up and tightens it all up, which will definitely help you with your mix downs. So I hope you've enjoyed this tip and trick. If you want any more, the tutorials on the website are full of stuff like this. And also, please subscribe to the YouTube channel for more tips and tricks. Cheers, guys. I'll see you in the next one.